Hey all, Beachernaut here, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. And today, we're going to Duna. So, as I said in my last video, I was going to go ahead and put some relay satellites around Duna, and we've done that. We've got our long-range one out here, and then we've got our 3 circling Duna to cover it. So, we're ready to send something else to Duna. And today, that something else is going to be a rover. Oh, I just got out of that. So I actually have a test rover that I've dropped from orbit on Kerbin to test to see how it'll work, and it worked very well. Surprisingly well for the first try. I mean, it's nothing special, it's not complicated, it's just basic. The whole idea behind this rover is we're going to put it down on Duna, and we're going to run around and try and find a good spot for our base. We need something fairly flat, not big hills, So today that's what we're doing. We're sending one of these rovers to Duna. We'll give you an idea of what the whole launch ship and everything looks like. Go into the assembly building and we will load Duna Rover. We'll go ahead and get rid of this fairing so you can see it. So we've got our launch stage to get it into orbit. We've got our transfer stage to get it to Duna and to deorbit it from Duna. And then we've got our heat shield for re-entry and of course all of our parachutes. I really hope it's enough. That's one of the challenges is I don't go to Duna very often, so I'm not entirely sure exactly how many parachutes I need for whatever weight I'm dropping. I tend to overbuild, but it works because you can always have too many parachutes and be okay. If you don't have enough, things can go badly quickly. So anyway, that's what it looks like. That's what we're launching today, and we actually have one already on the launch pad. Here we go. We want to fly it. And here it is in all its glory. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this and get it into orbit, and I will bring you guys back with me then. So here we are in orbit. We were successful that far, and I've gone ahead and forwarded to when the Kerbin and Duna transfer window is open, and set up my maneuver to intercept Duna over here. So, as you'll notice, I still have what's left of my my launch stage, and there's a little bit of fuel in here, and we're going to go ahead and use that because the more we use here, the less we use here, and we should have plenty of fuel left over. So let's go ahead and start burning. Okay, so it looks like we have a 3-minute and something burn to go, but luckily for you, through the magic of editing, you don't have to sit there for the full 3 minutes. Okay, so we finished with our burn. It looks like we didn't quite get there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go prograde. We're going to do a little teeny burn. See if we can't get an intercept. Get closer. There we go. Okay. So this isn't going to be the optimal intercept. We may need to do a couple burns on our way out, but I focus view. Oh, okay. But since this rover has a very short range antenna on it, and it relies on the relay sats, so we can't do any correction burns midway. We need to do them before or while we're close to Kerbin or as we get closer to Duna. So I'm gonna do a little play in here, and we'll see if we can't get a little better intercept. Okay, so that's about as good as we're gonna get, I think. We're we're closer. We'll have to do a little maneuvering as we get closer to Duna, but we want to get as close as we can while we're still near Kerbin and have control of the rover. Go. Um. Okay. It's gonna come back to us here. Okay, so that should set us up nicely. So when we get close to Duna, we can fix our inclination and set up for our circularization burn. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it get closer, and I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to do some more maneuvering. Okay, so we're a little closer, and we have a little bit of control over our rover now. So we're gonna try and set up a maneuver node and see if we can't clean up our intercept and our orbit a little bit. Yeah, there's not a whole lot we can do there. Let's see about coming in at 106. That seems about right. So we'll go ahead and execute that node. Get a little closer. There we go. Okay, so now we need to figure out where our, because we need to fix both our, be right about there, our inclination, and then hopefully that'll give us enough time to perform our burn. Because we want to bring our inclination to 0. Oh, that's way too far. There we go. Okay, so, and then we want to bring our orbit down. Whoa, too far. Okay, so let's execute the next node. Quick save. Yep, so we can see Duna now. Burn here. See where that brings us. Excuse me. Okay, that's good enough. And now we need to circularize. So we've got a 2-minute burn here. Luckily, I can do some more video magic, and you guys don't have to sit through the entire 2 minutes. And here we are. We're in Duna's orbit. Woohoo! So our inclination is a little bit further off than I'd like, so we're going to go ahead and zero that out. So that, I think that should put us right about in here, I think. So, let's quick save. Now, if I mess this up, I mess this up. This isn't something I'm doing repeatedly and catching good footage of. This is as we go, so you guys may get to watch me completely destroy the mission. I don't know. Guess we'll find out, right? One of the things we want to do is get rid of these extra fuel tanks. But we'll do that after we start the burn. That way they'll be a long ways away from us before we get into the atmosphere. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're forwarding. We might want to abort that. Yeah, I forgot that we were halfway around the orbit. Ooh, that's a tough call. I just don't know. Like I say, I'm not that experienced with landing stuff on Duna, especially trying to land it where I want it. So, we'll see. What I don't want is to land right in here on all this steep stuff. That could be disastrous. Okay, let's get rid of those. Coming down. Almost there. I'd like to put my base like right in here. That way I can explore all this neat stuff. But we'll see. That's half the reason this is got wheels on it. Okay, so we are on a suborbital trajectory. Let's go ahead and get rid of the engine. And we'll fast forward here. I'm going to cheat a little bit by using the smartass to do surface velocity and back. That way it'll keep our heat shield in front of us. Oh yeah, we're okay, so we're gonna be a bit further from this. This right here is where I wanted to land. We're gonna be a long ways from that. Oh well, what do you do? We're gonna be a real long ways. It's alright. This is solar powered, so it's not like we're gonna run out of fuel for the wheels. We can go around the planet if we want. I just pretty sure I don't have that kind of patience. I was expecting to see some fire running around that. Oh yeah. Okay. This could get ugly. This could get very ugly. Okay. that's it. We're at the mercy of oh, we're fine. 7 meters per second, that should be no problem. Thing we do want to do though. Try and land so the axis of our rover is uphill and downhill rather than side hill. Less chance of it guess that's it. Right there. Oh, and success. Okay, one last thing. I'm gonna quick save because this could bring the Kraken out. We gotta get rid of all these parachutes. There we go. Get out of its way. Okay, and we are on Duna. I'm gonna go ahead and run around, and I'm gonna find a nice place to put our base, and then we can continue the series from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Maybe you're laughing at me about how terrible a player I am. I don't care. It's all entertainment for me. So if you liked the video, throw me a like, throw me a subscribe, and throw me a comment if you want. Doesn't matter, you know. You want to see something different? You want to ask a question? Let me know. So until next time, this is Beach or Not. We'll see you later.